Good morning everyone. In the last video, we have discussed about the Bohr's atomic model. That is, what is the Bohr's atomic model? Why the atoms are stable? What are the discrete orbitals? Where the electrons are surviving and how they are rotating in the orbital without emptying the energy. And in this video, we are going to study about the demerits of the Bohr's atomic model. That what was the problem with the Bohr's atomic model and why that was failed. So here we are going to see the limitation of the Bohr's atomic model. Even the Bohr's model was very successful, much better than the other atomic model till that date. The model was capable to explain almost all the chemical property of the system. That was also capable to explain the stability of the atom, why the atom is stable, neutrality of the atom, why the atoms are neutral. They were also capable to explain the electron distribution with the help of the Bohr-Waring scheme. But even though some of the things cannot be explained on the basis of the Bohr's atomic model. And the first thing was the transitional energy. Bohr says by taking or losing one quanta of energy, the electron can excite from lower energy to higher energy by taking the energy, and from higher energy to lower energy by losing the energy, the quanta of energy. But when the electron is here, we are saying the energy of the orbital is x, and when it is reaches here, the energy will be x plus 1 quanta. Here the energy is x quanta, here x plus 1 quanta. But when the electron is taking the energy to jump from this energy level to this energy level, then here is a integral quanta, here again integral value of quanta. But what will be the energy in between these two orbitals? That is, what will be the energy in the transition phase? Surely it will be more than the x and less than the x plus 1. And that means the value is in fraction. And Bohr says that there is no any fractional value of energy is possible. And if that's, then the Bohr's atomic model is not capable that how the excitation of electron is taking place, because that condition is not possible. The in-between condition is not possible. And any of the electron cannot transit from one energy level to another energy level without reaching the transitional phase. The first demerit of the Bohr's atomic model. The second demerit, Bohr was not capable to explain about the Zeeman effect and Stark effect. Zeeman and Stark effect study about the electric and magnetic field. So when we talk about the electric and magnetic field, you know well, when a charged particle moves, that generates the electric field as well as the magnetic field. And both the fields work perpendicular to each other. That means if the electron is moving in this direction towards you, the magnetic field will be somewhere here and electric field will be somewhere here. That means they will be perpendicular to each other. So if that is happening and that survive in the form of the waves, if that is happening, then there must be a deviation in the root of the electron. And if there is a deviation in the root of electron, the electron will surely come out from the orbital, from the discrete orbital. But according to Bohr, the electron cannot survive in between the orbital. If any electron is coming out of the orbital, that means that is surviving in between the orbital. That means the Bohr was not capable that how the Zeeman and Stark effect are countered by the system. And if that is acting, then why the electron is not coming out of the orbital, why electrons are not capable to lose the energy. That means Bohr's atomic model was not capable to explain the Zeeman and Stark effect. The next one, when we study about the spectrum, line spectrum. Line spectrum suggests that each of the electron have a very much fixed energy. As Bohr have already said, that each of the orbital have very fixed energy and the electron's energy will be similar to that orbital in which that is rotating. For example, अगर हम यहाँ पे खड़े हैं, जैसे मैं इस समय सेकंड फ्लोर पे खड़ा हूँ, तो मेरी हाइट क्या है? उतनी है जितनी कि सेकंड फ्लोर की हाइट है. जितने भी लोग यहाँ पे खड़े होंगे सब इतने ही हाइट पे होंगे. So it's not my energy, actually where I am surviving, it is the energy of that place. Similarly, if the electron is surviving in the first orbital, the energy will be equal to the first orbital. In the second orbital, then the energy will be equal to the second orbital. But when we find the spectrum of the different electron other than hydrogen, in the case of hydrogen that was perfect, that can be explained on the basis of the Bohr's atomic model. But when we find any of the other species which have more than a single electron, which have 2, 3, 4, 5 or more than that electron, in that case we find that each of the electron have the different energy value. And if each of the electron have the different energy value, it means that no two electron is surviving in an orbital. क्योंकि हर एक ऑर्बिटल की एनर्जी तो फिक्स है, अगर एक से ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन एक ऑर्बिटल में रहते हैं तो सबकी एनर्जी सेम होनी चाहिए. But spectrum is saying that each of the electron have the different energy value. Then how these of the electron can survive in the same orbital? The thing is suggesting, the spectrum is suggesting that the concept of orbital is wrong. Either the concept of orbital is wrong or the orbital is not the smallest value of energy. That is trying to explain, the spectrum is trying to explain that the cell also contains the subcell. The orbital also have the subdivision of the energy. And that cannot be explained on the basis of the Bohr's atomic model, because Bohr says that the orbital is the smallest energy value, which is not supported by the spectrum. So in this way, Bohr was not capable to explain these other things. That is the Zeeman effect, Stark effect, the condition of the transition, and the last one, that is the spectrum energy. Even afterwards, some experiments taken place, and we find that some of the particles were not following the law of motion, that is the Newton's law of motion. It means the Newton's law of motion is not correct. Actually, Newton's law of motion is perfectly correct. Then why these of the particles are not following the Newton's law of motion? Then we find that those of the particles which are microscopic by the nature, they show duality. That means they show the property of wave as well as the property of the particle. And if they are showing both the property, that is the property of wave as well as the property of the particle, in that case we find that these of the particles can move from one energy level to the another energy level. Because moving in that way, when it is moving in the wavy nature, in this way they can transit from one orbital to another orbital in the form of wave. If the electrons have the wavy character, which is also a microscopic particle, if electrons have the wavy nature, they can transit with the wave character. They can come out of the orbital satisfying the Zeeman and Stark effect with the wave character. But even though the condition, that is the spectrum, cannot be explained on the basis of the Bohr's atomic model, and here the Bohr atomic model get hit. और यहाँ पे बोर एटॉमिक मॉडल के बाद एक दूसरे एटॉमिक मॉडल की बात होने लगी. अब यहाँ पे हमने तो कह दिया ये मॉडल था, ये ड्यूअलिटी थी, लेकिन ड्यूअलिटी को किसने एक्सप्लेन किया? क्या ड्यूअलिटी नाम की कोई चीज़ होती है? क्या उसके लिए कोई प्रूफ है? उसके लिए कुछ साइंटिस्टों ने अपने एक्सप्लेनेशन दिए, जिनमें से जो मेजर थे उनमें थे श्रोडिंगर, जिन्होंने अपना दिया श्रोडिंगर वेव इक्वेशन. दूसरे थे हाइजेनबर्ग, जिन्होंने दिया हाइजेनबर्ग अनसर्टेनिटी प्रिंसिपल, और उन्होंने बताया कि it is impossible to determine the position and momentum of electron simultaneously, and last one was the de Broglie. And in this way we find that the particle have the dual behavior. So I am trying to explain you the uncertainty principle and de Broglie equation. I think this was clear. de Broglie equation. एक्चुअली डी ब्रॉगली ने खुद का कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं किया, दूसरे की इक्वेशन से अपने एक इक्वेशन को डिराइव किया. डी ब्रॉगली सेज दैट मिस्टर आइंस्टीन से दैट E equal to mc square, a well known equation. I think all of you knew about this equation. This is the Einstein equation, which suggests that how the energy and mass can be interchanged with each other. Here E is the energy, m is the mass, and c is the velocity of light. This was according to Mr. Einstein. But what about the Planck? He said that the E equal to h nu. थोड़ी देर पहले ही आपने पढ़ा था E equal to h nu, where E is the energy, h is the Planck's constant, and nu is the frequency. So from these are the two equations, that is the equation 1 and 2, we can write that the h nu equal to mc square, and you can write nu as a c by lambda, because we knew that the nu equal to c by lambda. So we can write h c by lambda equal to mc square. We can cancel this c with this one. So here you can write that the lambda equal to h upon mc. If the system is not moving with the velocity of light, you can also write it as a lambda equal to h upon mv. From this equation, how will you find that the particle has the dual behavior nature, the electron has the duality? Just not electron, all the species whatever surviving in this universe must have the dual behavior according to de Broglie. So how it's possible? We can see this one, the lambda, which is suggesting the wavelength, and wavelength is the property of the wave, not the property of the matter. And when you will see this one, that is the mass, this is the particle of property of the particle. So the system is showing the property of wave as well as the property of particle. Now see, what is the value of h? 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34. I am just trying to say that the value is very small. And h upon c, c have value 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. That means when you will find the value of h by c, it will be approximately 3 point something into 10 to the power minus 42, a very small value. Then what's about the wave nature? If the value of mass is smaller, 10 to the power minus 12, minus 30, minus 40 like something, then the value of lambda will be quite heavy. And in that case, you can say that the system is showing the behavior of the wave. But if you are taking the mass like 10 gram, 20 gram, 100 gram, 1 kg like, then you will find that the value of mass is quite heavy. That means the particle property is heavy. And if the particle property is heavy, then the wave property will become very less, because the value of h upon c is very small value. If the value of m will be 1, the value of lambda will be 10 to the power minus 42. That is a very small value, that is a negligible value. So even we knew that the value of lambda and value of mass cannot be 0. Though we can see that the system have both the property, that is the property of wave as well as the property of particle, but only those of the particles which are microscopic by the nature. I mean वो particles जो सिर्फ माइक्रोस्कोप से देखे जा सकते हैं, they are by the microscopic by the nature. So only those of the particles which are microscopic by the nature can show the duality, can show the dual behavior, and this is the de Broglie equation, which is suggesting that the particle have the dual behavior, particle have the property of the wave as well as the property of the particles. Okay, तो यहाँ पे हम ये वीडियो खत्म करते हैं. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे अबाउट द अनसर्टेनिटी प्रिंसिपल एंड द क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स मॉडल, स्पेशली द क्वांटम नंबर. टिल देन, थैंक यू एंड हैव अ नाइस डे. बाय.